I had to go let the puppy out. So that's what we did. Anyways, yeah, we're good. So, yeah. And I did forget to mention that YouTube likes to shut down my lives on a regular basis. So we roll with it, you know? Multiple lives in one night. I am only going to be on here for about 20 more minutes, and then I'm going to go. But at the same time, yeah. But so many buts. But just butting around. It's funny. Yeah. Hi. Hey, I know you. How are you? I miss your face. Hi, how's it going? I'm doing well. Hi again, how are you? Sorry, YouTube likes to crash my streams. So instead of, you know, like wedding crashers, it's a stream crasher. Yeah, okay, cool. Good news. Good news, Bezo. Tell little Bezo that we got good news. Okay. I'm happy with that. No, that is not my ex. That is my friend. Hopefully, I'm currently using road products and it gets me in the main character energy like Hailey Bieber every time. Products? I don't understand what you're saying. Hi. Thank you. So many thank yous. Anyway, so I went upstairs and there's nobody here. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's weird because, like, I had to go let the puppy out. But, like, I don't know where Ryan is. And it's just weird. So... I don't actually, because I don't keep up with any of that stuff. I don't watch TV and I don't watch movies really either. And I just kind of buy the natural products as long as it's doesn't have chemicals and stuff or like any kind of, because I'm really concerned about my body and I really love this body of mine and I've been hard on this body already. Oh, never mind. He's here right now. Okay. I see. So. Oh, okay, it's gonna get really loud here. Yeah, she is. This is my girl. Want to come see? What's up? It's my baby. I'm still waiting. Yeah, I know you are, but like the thing is, like, good things can't be rushed, and I'm learning how to do FL Studios myself right now. My live that was part of this one, he was actually helping me and my friend figure out how to operate it. So I mean, like, we're in the process. We have music made. We just are trying to learn how to get it onto the track right now. I'm from Canada. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Because, like, the person I was making music with before, I stopped making music with him, so. Which really sucks, because we had some really good music. But that's okay. I was the one who chose to walk away from that one, so. C'est la vie. Wish I could produce as well, but it looks too tough to learn, and I don't know how people learn. So, yo, no one said it was easy, but if you have a passion, like, you figure it out, right? So I'm even reading, and like, I suck with the reading comprehension. Thank God for people like Zind, and also the other gentleman. I don't know his name because I wasn't looking, but he gave me some really good advice too, of a couple different things to try. I'm gonna give him a shout out later. But yeah, I'm not good with names. I don't do names. Okay, it comes from my hustle culture when I was like back in the day, like from my roots. We didn't do names. We don't really do like I didn't even remember the apartment number that I just walked out of, and I had to go back up there. That's how bad it is. Okay. No, he's not my ex. No. I stopped making music with him because we had a misalignment of values of what was important and how we approach music. That being said, doesn't mean he's a bad artist. It just means that our creative pursuits didn't match, right? So that's all. Okay, private. That's funny. Okay. Am I married? No, I'm not married. No. Dun, 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 dun. And a bit like Queen Elizabeth. What? You're very beautiful. And a bit like Queen Elizabeth. Okay. Tyson Crib. Yeah. Hold on. I get it. My ex used to tell me the same, that he stopped making music with one of his friends because of it. Yeah. And like, I think especially in the creative process, like, it's very important that you match your creative flows with one another. Because that's your synergy. That's what's going into the music. That's the vibe that you're creating. And if you don't match well with somebody, it's not going to make a good song. It's not going to have the same bop to it. It's not going to have the same energy. It's not going to have the same shebang, you know? Like, you want to have music that shebangs. Thank you. Hi, Chris. How's it going? Troops. Let me set. Stop the beat on our hands. Too long. Switching it from that more sense. Sorry to hear that, Top Diva. Sometimes you make mistakes you can't come back from, though, and that's something you're just going to have to accept, right? I'm good. Yeah, like, I mean, like, yeah, like, you can't let the culture get to you, right? So, like, I'm extremely precautious about this as well, just because I don't want to be caught up into the limelight, right? So the way that I proceed is always with my values. And something that you could carry forward from this mistake is, where did you go wrong? Why did you go wrong? And was it because you thought you're missing out on something? Was it because you thought you could have better? Was it because you didn't understand the importance or the value of liking or valuing what you have? So you want to find people that align with your values. And this is important because you don't want to be in environments where, let's say you have an opportunity to do something and they make it about them instead of you, right? So that's one of my biggest fears, is choosing somebody else over myself and the opportunities that are ahead of me. That being said, taking it slower to know who you're with, how they operate, and if they support your success as well is critical to any, especially if you're an artist. So that's just my opinion, and I hope that helps. He is making the beat. I'm not making the beat. I'm making beats for my own music. Plastic, okay? I don't understand what you're saying. No, if you're gonna send it, you send it. But like, other than that, like, like, thank you, but like, I don't know. I don't understand what you're asking me. Like, yeah, no, me as well. I enjoy making music. I enjoy being able to tell a story in my music. I feel that part is lost, and it's become more of a culture of women sexualizing themselves and men not expressing themselves. Music is supposed to be a form of expression, and I feel that has been masked with these scenarios of what it is to be cool. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, but I mean that the love tank is definitely important. But when you're with somebody that's you're compatible with, I feel like that's kind of a given, right? So, but then again, there's not many people like me. And like my capacity to love is large. Hence why I keep my circle small, because yeah. Yeah. And I feel like if someone has a low capacity to love you, they don't actually love you. I feel like that's games, in my opinion. Jesus loves everybody. I still think he's making the same mistake that Drake did back in the day. Him being a big guy shouldn't be here with you. Okay, Michael. Listen, buddy. Listen, buddy boy. Let's talk about it. Okay? What does my gang affiliation have to do with my future as an artist? Can you please explain yourself? If you want to come up to the stage, we might as well go into this conversation. So, fit checks are on my Facebook. If you want a fit check, you can head over there. Thank you. Gang affiliation means everything. So you think past doesn't matter? How does sorry, I'm not affiliated in a gang. I think this is where you're a bit confused. So before you start making assumptions, maybe you should start asking some questions. I was a hustler. I was not in a gang, honey. Because I walk alone. And that's the reason why I could leave. So, like, not trying to be rude at the same time, though. I wasn't in a gang. I was a gang of one. My boyfriend was murdered in 2019. Still not in a gang. So, not like that has nothing to do with me. And like whatever the heck, like that part just was the realization for me to understand that that wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted. And I was going to end up dead or in jail if I continued on that path. So I changed my life and here I am today. No, I think you misunderstood what I was saying. Like him being unalived, I said we were, like I used to hustle. Never once did I specifically say that I didn't say shit about that. I just said I used to hustle, right? Me, myself, and I. My boyfriend was murdered in 2019. Yes, true. I never once said anything about being in a gang, nor did I mention anything about gang affiliation. What I did mention, though, was that I had extreme PTSD from him being unalived, and rightfully so. And I changed my life because of it. That is what I said, and that's all I've ever said, especially on a live stream. I'm out of water. My name is Julia, and I'm from Canada. Hello, I'm Julia, and I'm an alcoholic. Just kidding. Good for you. Good that you change your life. But what about the past if it ever tries to chase you down? They can try. They can, I mean, like, I'm sure they have made attempts, and like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, the thing is, I never was owned by anybody. And I'm not afraid. I don't need people to back me up. I don't need somebody to come and rescue me. Like, if it was going to happen, it would have happened already. And that's just the truth of it. Really? Because I did it. All I know is that I'm not going back. And I have the creator that protects me. And I have an intuition. And I also have other ways of like getting information that I need to keep myself safe. So, I mean, I've been playing and dancing with the devil my whole life. And if it thinks that I'm going to give up now, that's highly unlikely. So I've left that lifestyle in 2020. It is now 2027. All you can do when you're in the position that I'm in is keep going. There's nothing else that I can do. Like, I just got to keep running and not looking behind me, because at some point, I understand it's not that easy, and that's okay. But I'm not going to think about how hard it's going to be when I have a direction that I'm heading in. And that's all I can do. So, I mean, like, if you think he's making a mistake, like, what people are going to go after him, you think? And that's okay. Like, what I'm just asking, like, what are your actual concerns about? So I'm self-employed. I do a lot of different things. Trade work, office work, the list goes on, whatever, like renovations, things like that, currently. A vibrator. Oh, wow, you're so funny. Oh, wow. That was good. Nope, that's not what I think. If people are going to go after, that's not what I think if people are going to go after him. Artists usually have gang affiliations themselves, but I just meant that Drake did the same mistake back in the day and now regrets. Okay, but I mean, like, I have no regrets. I didn't do bad business. That's the thing. It's like, I have made peace with absolutely everybody. When I left, I didn't have to ask anybody to leave. I was allowed to leave. I've made good on all my dues. I don't, at this point, like, I'm not owned. There's nothing anybody can do. I'm kind of like that gray area where like, you know, that it's like too valuable to, wait, not valuable, sorry, no ties to really have any grounds to do anything, but at the same time, almost kind of too much, knows too much as a whole, but like still has no grounds to do anything to. You know what I mean? So like, that's just the place that I position myself, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, I trust myself in that position, and that's all that matters, right? So it's not a position that a lot can handle, but I think I've earned my stripes there. I'm good. I don't understand what you're saying. So, I mean, Drake is one of the supported people who turned against him eventually because the girls he supported and dated in the process. Oh, you're okay. So you're like, you're more concerned thinking that I'm like real shady and like your average chick, right? That's like, that's okay. That's completely understandable. I mean, like, chicks, honestly, yeah, they give girls like me a bad can't talk. They give girls like me a bad rep. Okay, all the power to you. I'll give you that one. Okay. At the same time, though, I can promise you've never met anybody like me. And I have a level of loyalty and respect and honor to me that you probably didn't even know existed. I'm not trying to brag about myself, but it is what it is. And I've only walked away from people in my life. I've never been walked away from. So what does that say in itself? No, I appreciate you looking out for him by all means, 100%. And I will give it to you. You have a point. I just, I trust myself in the position that I'm in. Therefore, I don't really worry about that. Hence why I'm not offended by what you just said. My mother is dead and my dad doesn't talk to me. So, or I guess we don't talk to each other. I have multiple favorite colors. And I prefer rings over necklaces because I don't like things around my neck. And yeah. Okay, well, here I am acknowledging your if he didn't answer you, let me be the one to answer for him, okay? On behalf of him. And also behalf of myself. Like I said, you have a valid point. And based off your life experience, I understand, and not only your life experience, but patterns that you've recognized in others as well, right? So you're not out to lunch. You're not crazy for thinking what you think and feeling how you feel. They are 100% valid, and all I can say for myself is I'm not your average chick, okay? So respectfully, thank you for looking out for him. I have, so I'm not in the US, I'm in Canada. I do plan on traveling. I just haven't got there quite yet. Like I said, so I changed my life in 2021, and it's been 7 years of me trying to figure out what I wanted to put my energy into. And now that I have discovered that, this year is where I launch everything that's been in the creation process. What are you freaking talking about? I have a pimple right here. Are you talking about this? This is from me going like this with my hands, dude. Respectfully. But keep on with Michael. Just because you didn't get the reaction you wanted, sorry, buddy. Like, you're gonna have to try something else because, you know, like the little slights of trying to insult my character is not gonna work. So if you didn't like my response, I would respectfully ask you to remove yourself because you're not gonna get the reaction you want from me, nor do you need to like make yourself look any worse. So respectfully. All us guys have the same thing in common. None of us are your average guy. Yeah, but I have pattern recognition like a mofo, so you may not be your average guy, but you definitely do fall into a category. I'll give you that much. So do you what? Do I what? So how about the spring weekend? Spring weekend coming up? Oh, May long weekend you're talking about? That's why I test my pattern recognition, because you know what? As much as for what I know, I am waiting to see it be proven wrong. So don't think that I'm so caught up in thinking that what I think is the only way of being. I am constantly testing my own theories and constantly pushing the limits to see if the world is still where it's at in evolution. I don't know everything. I am in a constant state of evolution. And nor do I want to know everything. That's all. Sure. So this here is just highlighted, but I mean, like, this all up here is natural. So I mean, I more or less have like a dirty, not a dirty blonde. What am I trying to say? I have red and brown, but it's more so depending on the light. The red comes out more in the light, and then it looks just regular brown when it's in normal lighting. Or maybe he's just willing to find out for himself. So like, all the power to him to find out for himself. And I know for a fact that I can be trusted in that position. So all I'm trying to say is like, thank you for looking out for him. And I do appreciate it. But you're not even willing to find out for yourself, because you already came into this conversation with a final determined answer about who I am. You're not curious about who I am. You're not trying to figure out if I'm a good person. Like, maybe ask some questions, but first and foremost, and take them as truth, instead of thinking I'm going to lie to you. So like, I see you coming in and coming at me with this predetermined image and box of what you think that I am. And I'm sorry, I refuse to fit inside your little box. Okay? No. How about beauty? Do you have it only under the light? Are you, or I'm just me. I am who I am all the time, not just some of the time. I don't know. I have one brother. Are you breathing? Are you breathing okay or not? Dude, I'm not even breathing heavy, okay? So, in 3 years' time, where do I see myself? Okay, I'm excited for the next 3 years. So 3 years' time, I see myself established with my invention and opening up multiple locations. I'm going to turn it into a franchise, actually. That's one thing. I would like to have opened a few foundations and working with the guy who makes gasoline out of plastic so that we can start cleaning up the ocean. What else is on there? The AI thing that I'm working in right now, like, that's just one stream of income that is going to be there. But like, I don't know. I think like that's kind of where it's capped off right now. I mean, whatever opportunities present from that, that's cool. But I mean, as far as the product that I created, it's going to be it's a self-learning system. So, I mean, like, it within parameters, right? So, I mean, like, yeah. And then whatever opportunities come from there. I mean, like, life is a journey. I don't really usually know where I'm going, but I get there, and then I can make anything out of nothing, right? So, I mean, that's what creation is, and that's what I think God keeps it that way, because if I knew where I was going, I would stop, because I could see the end in mind. And I have to remind myself constantly that whatever I think is going to be the final destination, it's going to be that, but 10 times better, as long as I stay present in the moment and I complete what I'm doing. My eye color changes depending on my mood. Yo, Michael, are you an artist yourself? Like, I don't understand. Like, let me check out your music. I'm not even mad at you. I'm just saying, like, stop trying to fit me into a box that I'm not gonna fit in. Okay, like, please, like if you want to get to know who I am as a person, cool, we can continue on in engaging with one another. But at the same time, like, don't come at me thinking I'm some type of way. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, if you're gonna think of me whatever you want to think. I don't have to prove anything to you. I know who I am. And if you think that I'm gonna quiver and try and like prove anything to you, like I'm not the chick, man. You have me mistaken. So if you would like to show up authentically and with an open mind to see, awesome. But other than that, like, I don't need to prove anything. Because he thinks that I'm a user or something like that. I'm not a user. He thinks that I'm like your average pretty chick who like is after clout and stuff. But like, it's really not like that. Like, I respect his hustle. But like, if he wants to actually see who I am as an artist, awesome. But if not, like, I'm not going to sit here and try and prove who I am to him because I really don't care and I don't got time for that. So. But your viewers are coming at me for no reason. Whenever I tell something about Zand, your viewers come at me, and I don't appreciate that. I'm not a hater. Okay, but like, dude, you're not asking me questions. You're coming and saying that you're making a comparison, and you're placing me in that comparison in a pretty negative context. They're defending me, right? So if I came up to you on your live stream or whatever you're doing, and I was like, hey, you have this person who supports you, but I could see you being this person who walked all over that person who supported someone else last time. And that means you're the same. People are going to come at me, right? They're going to say, why am I making assumptions about you? So it's about how you position yourself and how you're approaching the conversation. I know your intentions are pure, but the way you're coming up out at it is very maybe accusational, right? And like, that's change up the approach, right? I'm not trying to have anyone attack you. I support you in everything you do, okay? I still got love for you. Everybody be nice to Michael. Okay? Okay. I do have to get going here, though. I have to go make some dinner, and I have to go over to my friend's house and do some music stuff. So I love you all. And I will catch you in the next live, okay? Bye.